Hey YouTube, my name is Jay Griffin. I'm a writer and a musician in the making. I've always been in love with music, but it took me years to even begin learning it or making any of my own. Until recently. Today, I want to help you avoid my mistake of waiting for so long. We all have our buts and maybes and excuses why not to do the things that we most want to do. I want you to hear mine from a side, the ones that I've had in the past. If we disprove each of those doubts, you will have 10 reasons to start making music today. I love music, but I'm too old to start now. You probably mean that it's too late if you didn't start singing or writing songs or playing an instrument as a child. But if that was true, all of our favorite musicians would have started as kids, right? And it's not exactly the case, is it? John Mayer was in his 20s when he wrote his first song at Berkeley. Today he's one of our most celebrated songwriters. Sheryl Crow was 25 when she started singing in bars at night. Bill Withers was 28 when he started making music. And he stuttered midway through his 20s. Leonard Cohen was 33 when he switched to music from writing. And Sharon Jones, she was 40 when she recorded her first record. 40 years old. So you need a better excuse than that. But it seems so complicated. Music is actually very logical. Even simple in a way. Not easy, but yet simple. It's just 12 notes. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and the 5 sharps and flats in between. Yes, showing up in different combinations, but still, just 12 notes. It's got so much math inside that it's almost an exact science. For everything you have to remember, there is a pattern to follow and to trust. If you want to build a major scale on the piano, you follow a pattern. If you want to find a major chord on the guitar, you follow a pattern. If you want to know which notes go in which key, you have the circle of fifths to remind you, which is a pattern. I know it seems intimidating with all those chords and keys and flats and sharps and instruments, but it's only because you're missing some pieces of the puzzle when you're starting. The pieces that glue together all those elements. Don't worry, you don't need all the pieces to get the picture. What's more, not all pieces are the same size or of the same importance. You only need a small percentage of the theory to understand the majority of music. The fundamentals. Just by knowing how to build a major scale, for example, you know how to build a major chord, and a minor scale, and a minor chord, and how to find the subdominant and the dominant chords that go together to build a progression. So about 20% of the effort you imagine will get you 80% of the results that you want. Not so bad, huh? But it's still so much to learn, dude. Got anything better to do? What do you imagine doing in those next 10 years that's more important than music to you? Corporate jobs suck, Jay. And you're forgetting something. It's not work, it's music. It'll feel like play. We don't mind putting all those efforts if we know they're not going to waste. They're never going to waste with something you love. It's music. You don't have to remember things by heart either. Very soon you'll be feeling your way around, as we're learning a language. Here's an example. I am in love. Beyonce. Not so hard to fill in, right? How did you know what the right preposition is? It just feels like the right word to put in. Same thing with music, and cooking, and drawing, and writing, and martial arts. You just practice and practice until you know what the right next move is. No musician walks around with a manual at their concerts. Plus, music is kind of in our blood. You've all seen that TED Talk by Bobby McFerrin, right?
Okay.
Well, what if I suck, future me? I doubt it. And even if you suck, that's like a bus stop, not the final destination. You're not static, you can change, you can improve. Remember the kid you were in school? You're not the same person with the same habits and the same skills, are you? I know committing to something new is scary. You always risk finding you're not as good as you hoped. But scary is also a good thing. Derek Sivers says you need to look for the things that scare you and excite you at the same time. If they're just scary, they're gonna intimidate you and you might give up. We've all tried this one. But if they're just exciting, you might be underestimating the challenge, or there's not enough challenge to keep you motivated. So scary plus exciting is a great combination. And what's more exciting than music? But it'll probably take years to become good. It might. It may take 5 years to become a good musician, but those 5 years are gonna pass anyway. Wouldn't you rather be a better musician at the other end? And there's something that'll speed things up. Practicing consciously and deliberately. Something adults are pretty good at, unlike children. One of the few things we're better at than children. I know, you're still wondering if it's worth all your time and all your efforts. Do you want to know the answer? I have no idea. If you don't know, how should I know? But don't you want to find out? I'm really curious if there is a musician hiding inside of you. Why not try singing or playing an instrument or songwriting for a couple months and see how that feels? But I'll never be as good as my idols, Jay. I know this gap right now is painful, especially if you have the taste to appreciate great music. It feels like an abyss that a lifetime of learning won't fill. But don't be quick to despair. First of all, don't compare your start to someone else's middle or the end of their musical journey. That's mean. You wouldn't do this to a friend, right? And second of all, you're not really trying to catch up. You cannot be Elton John, Mayer. That's obviously taken. Or Boy George, Michael Jackson. You're not really trying to be them. You're trying to be you. And you as a musician might be somewhere a lot closer. And third, the learning curve for the beginner is much steeper.
This is the learning curve. And the story of the learning curve is when you start, you're grossly incompetent and you know it, right? With a little bit of practice, you get really good really quick. So that early level of improvement is really fast. And then at a certain point, you reach a plateau, and the subsequent gains become much harder to get. They take more time to get. How long does it take from starting something and being grossly incompetent and knowing it to being reasonably good? Here's what my research says. 20 hours. That's it. You can go from knowing nothing about any skill that you can think of. If you put 20 hours of focused, deliberate practice into that thing, you will be astounded. 20 hours is doable. That's about 45 minutes a day for about a month, even skipping a couple days here and there.
If it only takes 20 hours to become tolerably good at a new skill, in a few months you'll be making decent music of your own. Link to the whole TED Talk in the description. Yeah, but I didn't go to music school. Some of the greatest musicians on earth didn't go to music school. Eric Clapton, David Bowie, Kurt Cobain, Louis Armstrong, Prince, Jimi Hendrix, they were all self-taught. Most of the others probably dropped out. Who are we to doubt ourselves? To make great music, you don't need a diploma. You need other things, but they're not learned in school, like curiosity, and patience, and persistence, and love for music. And chances are you already have those things. And the ones you don't, you can learn by practicing. They're habits as much as they're skills. Oh my god, but what if music is not my thing? How is the truth a bad thing? Wouldn't it be nicer to know for sure? Now you're just wondering. Let's go find out. And don't worry, you won't lose your dream if this is the case. You'll just find out it was not musical alone. If it's not your thing, you will know pretty soon. I've tried making myself fall in love with all kinds of projects and jobs and businesses. Only music never took any trying on my part. Just like falling in love. You don't need to make yourself fall in love with, well, Beyonce. It just happens. It's that feeling you're going for. You don't need to push it. But I don't even know what to say with my music. That's how most of us feel. Most artists including, especially when they're starting. The thing is, you don't need to know in advance. Things like music help you find out what you want to say. Just like keeping a journal or going to the therapist. They help you get in touch with your deeper emotions and beliefs. Not knowing what to say is an even better reason to start making music. It's one of our best tools of self-discovery. So if you're not sure who you are, and most of us aren't, music is a great place to start searching. Don't worry about the exact words either. True words find their way to people's hearts, even when they sound like... I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. And I'm here to help. I'm a writer, remember? But I don't know where to start. There's so much info out there. It's true, there's too much information out there. But you don't have to sift through all those books and videos and articles yourself. You just need someone who's done the work for you. I call those people gatekeepers. They've synthesized and they've curated the information you need. You just need to trust them. It works like magic, especially if you're starting with music. And not just in learning music. If you want to find new songs you will love, see who your favorite musician is following on Instagram. If you want to find a great book to read, see what your favorite writer is reading. If you want to eat fresh, ask your favorite chef where they're buying their groceries. You'll soon find out that your gatekeepers have their own gatekeepers, which have gatekeepers of their own, and so on. So one person can open a whole universe in front of you. If you don't have a gatekeeper for learning music yet, try me, or one of my gatekeepers. Go to 12 North for some basic music theory, or to Adam Neely for some more advanced lessons. Links will be in the description.
But I'm not persistent enough.
10 questions, dude. I wasn't persistent as well, but I learned it, it's a habit. We'll be talking a lot about habits on this channel. There you have it. 10 excuses less to not learn and not make music of your own. And 10 reasons to start making music today. I'd love you to share some of your own doubts in the comment section so we can discuss them. Please do. So that's it. Like, comment, and stay in touch. On this channel, I'll be sharing my own process of learning music theory, but also how to sing and songwrite and play the piano and the guitar and improve my stage presence. So if that sounds useful, please be sure to subscribe. This was Jay Griffin, and still is. See you around, and make music.